Hello, Year 10. Today we're going to be looking at standard form and how to write a number in standard form. Before we do that, I just wanted to give you a quick quiz on your square and cube numbers and other important powers. Can you pause the video and write down the answers to the questions on the board or on the screen? And then play the video and I will show you the answers. If you still don't know these, please revise them and learn them. Keep testing yourself at home until you know all of them. Here's your answers. Now, today we're going to be learning about standard form, which is a really convenient way of writing very large or very small numbers. Scientists use this a lot to think about things like sizes of planets, distance between planets, where it's much easier to write in standard form, or even really small things that you can only see under a microscope, for example, might be written in standard form. So first of all, we're going to practice a skill that you should already know, which is multiplying by powers of 10 and dividing by powers of 10. And then we'll reverse that by turning ordinary numbers into standard form afterwards. So let's start here. 3.1 multiplied by 10 to the power of 6. This is currently written in standard form. We want to write it as an ordinary number. So basically we want to multiply 3.1 by 10 6 times. So if we multiply 3.1 by 10 once, you get 31. Multiply by 10 again, 310. So that's twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Now I like to do a little check to make sure that I've got 6 loops. We started off here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's my check after I've converted. Okay, this one I want to multiply 3.524 by 10 to the power of 4. So in other words, I want to multiply by 10 4 times. So if I multiply by 10 once, I get 35.24. If I multiply by 10 twice, I get 352.4. 3 times, I get 3,520. And then again, 35,200. I'm going to do my little check again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you guys have a go at this. Pause the video and then play when you're ready for the solution. So I'm multiplying 3.2 by 10 7 times. 3.2 multiplied by 10 to the power of 7. 10 to the power of 7. So once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next one, 3.024 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. One, 2, 3. My little check, do my little loops. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's correct. Here's some other ones. So if we're multiplying by 10 to the power of negative 6, if we think back to our indices lesson, what we're actually doing is multiplying by 1 over 10 to the power of 6. So we're basically multiplying by 1 and dividing by 10 to the power of 6. What we're actually doing is we're doing 4.1 divided by 10 to the power of 6. So if you have a negative power, when something's written in standard form, you're dividing by that power of 10. So we're doing 4.1 divided by 10 6 times. If I divided by 10 once, I would get 0.41. If I divide it by 10 again, I get 0.041. etc., etc. I'm going to double check with my loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. The next question. I'm doing 4.15 divided by 10 3 times. Or divided by 10 to the power of 3. Divided by 10 once would give me 0.415. Divided by 10 again, 0.0415. And divided by 10 again, 0.00415. I'll do my little check with my loops. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Try these ones. 4.2 multiplied by 10 to the power of -7. You try them first. Pause the video while you're doing it, and then play the video when you're ready for the answers. So we're basically dividing by 10 7 times, or we're dividing by 10 to the power of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 2. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's try some of these quick fire questions. Pause the video until you find your answer, A, B, C or D, and then play, and I will go through. Do this for each of the slides that are green. Which is the correct way of writing 4.94 multiplied by 10 squared? We're doing 4.94 multiplied by 100 or multiplying by 10 twice. So the correct answer is A. Write the following number in non-standard form. In other words, it's asking you to write it as an ordinary number. So we're doing 1.4 divided by 10 3 times. It's definitely not this one. I think the mistake here is the person's multiplied by 10 to the power of 3 and just put a negative in front. Remember, we're dividing by 10 to the power of 3, or dividing by 1,000 in this case. This one here is only divided by 100. This one here is divided by 1,000. Let's do our loop check. 1, 2, 3. This one here is divided by 10,000, or divided by 10 to the power of 4. Which is the correct way of writing 4.152 multiplied by 10 to the power of -6 as an ordinary number. So again, we've got negative here. It's not going to be negative. It's definitely not going to be a large number. It's not going to stay the same. So it must be this answer, but we'll double check anyway to make sure it's correct with the loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's correct. Okay, you guys try these questions. They should be relatively straightforward. And then I will show you the answers. Here we go. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson. We want to write these numbers in standard form. Now, before we start, I'm going to explain that in standard form, numbers are written as A multiplied by 10 to the power of n, where this number here must be equal to or greater than 1 or less than 10. This number here, the power, must always be an integer. Okay, so let's write 70,000 in standard form. Let's say I did 70 multiplied by 10 cubed. That would equal 70,000, but is it in standard form? Let's go back to this. This number A must be less than 10 or greater than or equal to 1. That can't be correct because I've written 70. try 7 multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. That's correct. Try the loops, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this number here is between 1 and 10. How about this one? Would 7 be correct? Or 72? Well, 7 wouldn't be correct because it would mean it would be the same answer as this one. But 7.2 is between 1 and 10, multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, 720,000, again 7.2, multiplied by 10 to the power of 5. It's the same as 7.2 multiplied by 10 5 times. Okay, you guys try this one. 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. 6.3 multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. And 6.3 multiplied by 10 to the power of 5. How about these ones in standard form? So these numbers are less than 1. So you got to think if it's less than 1, we're dividing by 10, not multiplying by 10. So here we'd have 5 multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 2, because I'm actually dividing by 10 twice. Here I'd have 5 multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 3, because I'm dividing by 10 3 times. What I'm not doing, I'm not writing 5 divided by 10 cubed. That would not be in standard form. I'm always writing a multiply sign, but to show that I'm dividing, their power would be negative. Here I'd have 5.72 multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 3. I'm dividing by 10 1, 2, 3 times. You guys try these ones. 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 2. 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 3. Oops. And 6.83 multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 3. Have a go at these quick fire questions. A, B, C or D for each question. Straight away, that's not correct. It's not in standard form because this number isn't between 1 and 10. Well, this is the only one that's actually written in standard form because this number here is equal to or greater than 1 and less than 10. Multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's definitely correct. Write the following number in standard form. Okay, so looking through the answer, straight away I'm eliminating this one because it's definitely not in standard form because this number here is 50, which is greater than 10. It's going to be 5.01. 1, 2, 3, multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. Okay, we've got a number less than 1 here, so we're going to have a negative power of 10. Straight away I'm going to eliminate this answer. 5.02 divided by 10 twice or multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 2. Okay, here, looking through the answers, it's definitely not a positive power of 10 because this number's less than 1. 4.03 multiplied by 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, negative 3. The answer is A. Which of the following numbers are not written in standard form? this one. Why? Because this number here is less than 1. It's not between 1 and 10. Okay, pause the video, try these questions, then play when you're ready for the answer. Here are the answers to those questions. Now try these questions. You will need a calculator for question 11. For question 8, I'm going to highlight the numbers that are in standard form. This one, 4.5 is between 1 and 10. You've got an integer power. Not this one, 13 is greater than 10. Not this one, 0.9 is less than 1. Yes, this one's in standard form. Whoops. No, this isn't in standard form because we don't have a power of 10 here. Yes, this one is in standard form. So those are the 3 that are in standard form. Question 11. The distance from the Sun to Neptune is 4,500,000,000,000 meters. Write this in standard form. So for 11a, the answer would be 4.5 multiplied by 10 to the power of 12. That was part 1. Part 2. Enter the ordinary number in your calculator and press the equals key. Compare your calculator number with the standard form number. Explain how your calculator displays a number in standard form. Well, it's pretty much exactly the same as how I've written it there. Part B. The thickness of a sheet of paper is 0.00007 meters. Write this in standard form. 7 multiplied by 10 to the power of -5. Enter the ordinary number in your calculator and press the enter key. 0.12347. Compare your calculator number with the standard form number. Pretty much exactly the same. Brilliant, we've come to the end of the first lesson on standard form. I'm sure you guys did fantastic. Well done, and look forward to seeing you for the next lesson.